So we cleanse. We make our cleanser. Our cleanser has about a teaspoon of flowers. You can choose what flowers you like. Elderflowers are a very good start. Then we add, isn't that beautiful? Oh, it tastes good too. And so a teaspoon of dried flowers, whatever you choose. Elderflowers, as I said, is a good starting point. And put it into a cup of water, boiling water, and then let it steep for at least 5 minutes. Strain off the elderflowers. Let it cool to room temperature. Then add some kefir, some milk kefir. Today I'm using coconut kefir, but you can use whatever sort you like. You can make it from nuts, you can make it from seeds, you can make it from tiger nuts, you can make it from any sort of type of moo milk or dairy milk, as I should be saying. So yes, now kefir is very important in our skincare regime because it contains not just antioxidants, which are good when we take it internally for our gut. It's extremely full of AHAs, which stands for alpha hydroxy acid, which you'll find is in all very expensive skincare, and this is naturally forming, no synthetics here. So we've strained off our flowers, then we add our kefir. So say a good couple of tablespoons, mix that through your liquid. Then you can add something like you put your kefir away if you want to. I've got all the recipe ideas which I have used in the download for you to get you started. So we'll just rinse that off. A nice little muslin cloth. It's lovely to use to rinse off your cleanser. If your skin's full of a lot of grime, you could cleanse it twice. So now we're going to exfoliate. So exfoliating is sloughing off those dead cells. And those dead cells, that's what accumulates on the surface of our skin. Gives us a very dull appearance. So exfoliating is very good. It's good for your body and it's wonderful for your face. So what I've done here, I've taken a teaspoon of pure ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. And all to that I've added is some kefir whey. That's it. But you can add what you like. You could add a little bit of coconut oil, which is really lovely in it. And that's got a lovely little mixture there. You can really feel that. It's nice and gentle without being too rough and harsh on your skin. What you could use, if you don't have vitamin C powder, you could use your green banana flour. That's beautiful too. So just start off with a teaspoon of green banana flour. Put a dash of your kefir whey and a dash of coconut oil. And there you've got the best exfoliator. And of course, this is prebiotic, so you're going to have prebiotic with your probiotics. So we'll rinse that off. Now we're going to come up with the mask. Next part is the mask. You could, if you like, put some nice rose water on there. If you like, you can do your toning then, but I like to do it after the mask. This rose water, that's made from rose petals, and I don't ferment my rose petals. I have tried doing it with the rose water, but it doesn't really make it last any longer. So your rose water will keep for about 5 to 7 days in the fridge, but what I do is I actually freeze them into ice cubes because it's a wonderful edible as well as being great on your skin. You can just put that onto a little cotton swab or just do like what I just did, a spray. So it's just a matter of make sure that your rose petals are chemical free, so they're organic. And again, you just use it like we did with our flowers. So you boil up the water, steep your rose petals, and then strain it off. And you've got lovely rose water, which is a really well-known beauty aid, and you can have it internally. If you do want to ferment it, it's wonderful added to your second ferment beverages, like say water kefir or your kombucha, and it just combines beautifully with chocolate. So and chocolate's actually lovely for your skin too, pure chocolate. So that the cacao nibs and rose water and a couple of leaves of rose geranium from your garden is a beautiful mix for a second ferment for a kombucha or a water kefir. But it's sort of a bit of a reminder of Turkish delight. So what are we using here? We're using a face mask, which I've been rubbing all in. I need to slather it on, not rub it in. I've been chatting while I've been doing it. But so what I've used here, I've used the coconut kefir. This time I've actually got the coconut kefir and I've strained it so it's come quite thick. So when you've got your liquid coconut kefir, you put it into a strainer and it'll strain through it, and you will collect your whey underneath, and then it'll be almost like a cheese. So it is a cheese that you can eat, but it's beautiful like that into your products. You can actually whip it and it's like a beautiful whipped cream. So here I've got some of that cream, some of just the straight coconut, and some chia seeds, and a little bit of activated charcoal, because I just felt like that my skin's, I've been out doing a lot of gardening, so I've got a bit of grime, so it needs a good little cleanse. So that's why the little black colour there. But you can put in what your skin is telling you what it needs. So, and of course you would take this right down your throat. You could come right down to here, the back of your, always do the back as well, and up your arms, because your hands are very important, and that's a really good stage. So there's a lot of masks that we can use. This mask is that coconut, the straining. So this is like the thick coconut cheese, as I always call it, because you can actually like roll it into balls and eat it as a cheese, but we're not talking eating foods. I just can't help myself. But here we've just added some turmeric, and then use that as a face mask. Now just be careful with your face cloths, because turmeric, as you know, can stain. So, but that's a beautiful face mask. That is just very, very nourishing. You just put that on. Actually, milk kefir with a little bit of turmeric is very good for problem skin. Teenagers that get those little spots, little zits, you can just put a little bit of that on top, and it's like miracle stuff. So that's a really great face mask. I've got two face masks for you using our wonderful medicine in a jar, the sauerkraut brine. There's one there for problem skin, and there's one there for mature skin. So there's a few varieties of face masks to get you started. But do play around, like don't just follow, but you'll see that you can add your essential oils, you can add what you like, but I like to keep them very, very simple. So the mask is coming off. You would leave that for about 15 minutes. And 15 to 20 minutes, it does firm up on your skin, and then off it comes. So then we would tone. You could use like little cotton balls. So there's your rose water. Let that dry, let that go into your face, and then we'll add the most beautiful of all, the moisturiser. Before we put the moisturiser on, if you're going off to bed at night, you can use some of the vitamin C serum. This is gold in a jar, and I've given you a separate download on how to make this. The little machine, you'll see it's going here in the background, and that's what we talk about. That's the jewellery cleaner, and that's what's used. And that's just the most wonderful product. It's not just a game for skincare. You can use it for insect bites. You can use it for many things. I actually use it for the base for a lot of products. This one's my lube in a tube, Lynnie's lube. If you're a Netflix watcher and you watch Gracie and Frankie and Grace, I think it is. I haven't actually watched it, but I've been told that Frankie made this lube that was yam-based, because she was concerned, which she rightfully so, of all the nasty ingredients that are put into personal lubricants. So I had a little fun game around with it, and I put the base, rather than the yams, I used the green banana flour and played around, and it's a beautiful formula, but that's for another day. We're pampering up here at the moment. So moisturiser. So this one I've used my flowers. I've used my garden flowers, and I've boiled them up. You could use calendula or marigolds. Just get about 3 to 5 of them and boil them in that cup of water. Let it steep, strain it, and then you've got the nice liquid. But do make sure that it's at room temperature. Don't use it while it's warm. And then, say this is a little colour that you see that just comes from that beautiful flower. So then I use a little bit of the coconut cream, the one that's come through like the cheese form one, and a little bit of coconut kefir whey.
Now the whey is very full of protein, so it's wonderful for your hair. It's wonderful it'll give you sexy smooth legs. You can actually use this to shave your legs, and it just gives you beautiful shaved legs. And it comes with a double bonus because it keeps your shower free of mold. So that's wonderful. But yeah, I'll put a bit of that into the moisturiser, and I'll put a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of the vitamin C I've actually put in there. That's no need because you would have already put that on. And this is just the most beautiful moisturiser. This is just, you can eat it. It's got a little bit of honey too. I did add some honey, and it is just, it's just beautiful. You can use it for your whole body. You can use it for a whole body application, or you can just use it on your face, or you'll thank me for this one because I can tell you it's beautiful, just beautiful. It keeps you just so moisturised. You can use it on your eyes, doesn't hurt your eyes, so you can use it as an eye cream. So you can take those little 3 fingers and just bring it across and up, across and up. There we go, underneath. Oh, where did you come from? And that's your moisturiser. I put too much on. But that is just beautiful. Now, when we're talking about ferments and skincare, one of the easiest, most inexpensive ways to make the skincare is rice. And of course, the Chinese have been doing it for many years. There's that wonderful village of those ones that have the goddess buns, the beautiful long black hair, and they're known that their beautiful black hair is natural. There's no grey in there, it just stays lovely. And that's because of rice water, because that's what they use, but it's also wonderful on your skin. So what we do is we just take like a cup of rice and cover it with water. Now, it's the liquid that we're using. What a lot of people do is they actually strain off, they let it soak for a while, and then they strain off the rice and ferment the liquid up to 24 to 48 hours, depending on your temperature in your home. But I don't do that. I actually leave the rice in there, and I just let that ferment for about 2 days in our kitchen, and then strain it off. And that liquid, that's just magic, just magic. You can use that for, actually you can just use it for a shampoo. You can add something to it. What I normally do for a shampoo is I boil up my little soap nuts, and it's wonderful to wash your dishes with. So you boiled up soap nuts and put into your rice water. You boil these separately, let them cool, and add it to your fermented rice water. You can wash your dishes, so you can add essential oil if you wish. You can add essential oil. I don't. I sometimes, if you don't want that sort of smell and you want a bit of smell, I just put a bit of citrus peel in there, and that gives it a beautiful smell, and you wash your hair with it. You can use the straight rice water for a conditioner for your hair. So it has many, many uses. You can use it as a base for a face mask. Now the rice that's left in there itself, don't ever throw that out. You can blitz that and use it for a body scrub. It's absolutely wonderful on your heels. So you can use that and give your little heels a scrub. Another thing that's really good for your heels, if you've got an excess amount of walnuts or you grow walnuts, just grind up your walnuts and put a little bit of milk kefir in there, because that AHA that's in there, that really is helpful. And just scrub it on your feet after you've had your shower or bath at night time before you go to bed. Then rinse it off, give it a really good scrub around, rinse it off and put a nice, really thick moisturiser, something that's really thick onto your feet, and put a pair of cotton socks and go off to bed, and you'll wake up with new feet. So the rice that's in there, you can also put it into like a little muslin bag. You can add some lovely lavender, whatever that's your choice. I've got my garden tulsi in there. The smell of it, it's beautiful. It's very calming. And what you do with that is, of course, you put that over into your bathtub. So all this you can do like while you're lying back in the bathtub, and that's all diffusing into your bath water, and it's just lovely and relaxing. So that really comes to my end. There's plenty of other tips for you and ideas and recipes in your download. Please enjoy, pamper away,